Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just got rocked by 3 breaking stories. And one number is already on the table, £10 million. A managerial candidate emerges from the Middle East. A £12 million summer signing just got ruled out for 9 matches. And a Marcelo Bielsa legend is begging to return on loan. The first payoff. That £10 million tax bill? It's the exact reason Leeds might have to wait until April to appoint their next manager, and Daniel Farke knows the clock is ticking. If you bleed white more than you hate Manchester United, hit like and subscribe right now, because we start with the managerial bombshell that has Sam Allardyce making bold predictions. Stay locked, there's a double cliffhanger at the end that involves Calvin Phillips and a Premier League rival. Daniel Farke's chair is getting hotter by the hour. 6 losses in 7 matches, Leeds sitting in the relegation zone, and the boardroom whispers are getting louder. Sam Allardyce just dropped a managerial prediction on his No Tippy Tappy Football podcast, and the name he mentioned has Elland Road divided. Who does Big Sam think is next in line? Steven Gerrard. And here's why this changes everything. Gerrard isn't some random name thrown into the mix, this is calculated. The 49ers enterprises own both Leeds United and Rangers. The club Gerrard guided to the Scottish Premiership title in 2021. He recently held talks over returning to Ibrox, but turned the job down. Allardyce called this connection, quote, not wild speculation, unquote, and when Big Sam speaks, boardrooms listen. But here's the twist that makes this story absolutely insane. According to the Mirror, Gerrard wants to return to management with an English club, but not until April. Why April? Because of tax laws in the Middle East where he currently resides. If Steven Gerrard returns to the United Kingdom before April, he has to pay around £10 million in taxes. That's not a typo, £10 million. That's the price of coming back early. And Gerrard isn't paying it, so here's the brutal reality Leeds face. Daniel Farke is on the brink. The fixtures are nightmare fuel. Manchester City away on Saturday. Chelsea at home on the 3rd of December. Liverpool at Elland Road on the 6th. If Leeds lose all 3, and let's be honest, the odds aren't in their favor, Parag Mara then the 49ers will pull the trigger. But if Gerrard won't come until April, who takes over in December? Does Leeds appoint an interim manager for months? Do they gamble on someone else entirely? Or do they stick with Farke and pray he turns it around? The dressing room is watching, the fans are restless, and every match feels like a referendum on Farke's future. Do you think Steven Gerrard is the right man to save Leeds from relegation? Drop yes or nitrogen monoxide in the comments. And if you believe Farke deserves more time to spike the results, smash that like button and let Manchester United fans know who's about to rise. But as massive as that managerial uncertainty is, the next story makes Leeds' situation even more desperate. Because while the boardroom debates Farke's future, a crucial midfielder just got ruled out for the entire festive period. Survival or catastrophe? Stay locked. 4 to 6 weeks. That's the timeline Daniel Farke delivered on Thursday. And those 4 words just made Leeds' relegation fight 10 times harder. The player ruled out. Sean Longstaff, the £12 million summer signing from Newcastle who has been elite in midfield. And here's why this injury is absolutely catastrophic. Longstaff isn't just another squad player. He's the creative heartbeat of this Leeds midfield. According to FotMob, Sean Longstaff has created 20 chances this season, registered 20 to successful crosses, and won 55.6% of his ground duels. That's Premier League quality. He combined physical presence with technical brilliance against Bournemouth on the 27th of September, scoring 1 goal and delivering 1 assist in the 2-2 draw. That performance showed exactly what Leeds lose without him: creativity, physicality, and leadership in the middle of the park. Now look at the fixture list Longstaff is missing. Manchester City away on the 29th of November. Definitely out. Chelsea at home on the 3rd of December. Definitely out. Liverpool at home on the 6th of December. Definitely out. And if the injury hits the 6-week mark with complications, he could miss 9 matches total, with the Newcastle clash on the 7th of January being the last. That's Brentford away, Crystal Palace at home, Sunderland away, Liverpool away, Manchester United at home, and Newcastle away. 9 matches during the most congested period of the Premier League season, where Leeds play every 3 days. The timing couldn't be worse. Anton Stach is also ruled out against Manchester City due to concussion protocol, meaning Daniel Farke has to completely restructure his midfield at the worst possible moment. Ilya Groove and Altanaka are expected to start together against City, but here's the problem. those to don't, offer the same creative output Longstaff provides. Longstaff's 22 successful crosses and 20 chances created aren't just statistics. They're the difference between creating goal-scoring opportunities and playing sideways football. That gets you relegated. Leeds lack depth in midfield, and without Longstaff, the burden falls on players who haven't proven they can carry that load. Over a brutal December schedule, if Groove and Tanaka can't step up, if the creative output dies in midfield, Daniel Farke's job becomes impossible to save. Do you think Leeds can survive December without Sean Longstaff? Comment your honest prediction below. And if you believe this injury could be the final nail in Farke's coffin, hit that like and show Liverpool fans what real pressure looks like. But while Leeds' survival hopes take a massive hit, the next story offers a potential lifeline. Because a Marcelo Bielsa legend is ready to return, and his name alone has Elland Road emotional. Hero or gamble? Stay locked. From hero to exile. From the Championship to Manchester City. From England international to forgotten man. And now, potentially, from the Etihad back to Elland Road, the name. Calvin Phillips and Leeds United have just opened talks over a January loan that could define their season. Let's rewind to understand the magnitude of this potential return. Calvin Phillips was part of the Leeds squad that won promotion from the Championship under Marcelo Bielsa in the 2019 to 2020 campaign. He proved he belonged in the Premier League, bossing midfield for 2 seasons before earning a £50 million move to Manchester City. That's generational money, that's validation, that's the dream. But Pep Guardiola's system destroyed him. Phillips hasn't played a single Premier League minute for Manchester City since 2023. His loan spell at Ipswich Town last season, 19 appearances, underwhelming. His 6 months at West Ham in the second half of the 2023-24 campaign, 8 appearances, dismal. This season at City, 0 appearances. Calvin Phillips is running out of options, running out of time, and running out of clubs willing to take a gamble on him. According to the Daily Star's print edition on Thursday, Leeds have inquired about bringing Phillips in on loan for the second half of the season. Daniel Farke sees him as a potential solution to the Sean Longstaff injury crisis. A player who knows the club, knows the pressure, and knows what it takes to survive a relegation battle. But here's the problem that could kill this deal before it even starts. Calvin Phillips earns £150,000 per week at Manchester City. Leeds want City to make a significant contribution to those wages, and if City refuse, this move collapses. The report adds that if Phillips can't seal a switch to Leeds in January, he'll have little choice but to consider a move abroad as he attempts to revitalize his career. That would be a massive step for someone who has spent their entire career in English football. But his form over the past few years gives him no alternative. This is a player at a crossroads. Does he return to Elland Road, embrace the pressure, and try to recapture the form that made him a £50 million player? Or does he take his talents to Germany, Italy, Spain, somewhere far from the spotlight where he can rebuild without the weight of expectation? For Leeds, this is about more than just replacing Longstaff. Calvin Phillips returning to Elland Road is emotional. It's nostalgia, it's redemption. It's a homecoming that could galvanize the fanbase and inject belief into a squad that desperately needs it. But it's also a gamble. Phillips hasn't been good in years. What if he comes back and looks championship level? What if the Pep Guardiola experience broke him permanently? What if Leeds fans expect the Bielsa-era Phillips and get the Ipswich loan Phillips instead? Do you want Calvin Phillips back at Leeds United? Yes or nitrogen monoxide? Drop it in the comments. And if you believe this loan could be the difference between survival and relegation, smash that like and let Manchester City fans know we're taking our boy back. But here's where the story gets wild. Because while Leeds negotiate with City, the next 72 hours could decide everything. Survival, sack, or salvation. Stay locked. 3 stories, 1 club on the edge. Steven Gerrard waiting in the Middle East with a £10 million tax bill, blocking his return until April. Sean Longstaff ruled out for 9 matches during the most brutal fixture run of the season. And Calvin Phillips ready to return to Elland Road if Manchester City agreed to subsidize his wages. Leeds United isn't just fighting relegation. Leeds is fighting time, fighting injuries, and fighting a managerial crisis that could explode within 48 hours. Here's what I need from every single Leeds fan watching. 1. Smash that like if you believe Leeds can survive this nightmare and stay in the Premier League. TWO. Drop a comment with your prediction. Does Farke get sacked? Does Jared come in April? Does Philly? PS save the season. 3. Subscribe because every subscriber makes Manchester United fans furious. But here's the cliff edge. Daniel Farke's next press conference could seal his fate. And a rumored players-only meeting before Manchester City might expose dressing room cracks. Plus, Leicester just freed up $18 million in wages and they're hunting the same January targets as Leeds, marching on together. The battle is now. See you in the next war.